is up, people? My name is Stahv, and you're in my living room. Today, I have somebody who I've talked with on social media, and we texted a bit, but I don't actually know the man too well. This is the first time we're getting to meet in person. We got Blxck Mxnte.
In the building, you know what I'm saying?
What's up, man? What's up?
You know, I'm just chilling, it's really like I'm always doing like 1,000 things, so like I'm a last minute, like you can't hit me like a week and then be like, okay, we're gonna do it then, because I'm like one of those last minute people that have to like.
He's got no plans. He's always just rolling.
Yeah, I'm just
one thing to another, man. No, I love that. So before we get started, I mean, you are a crazy talented rapper. I mean, what is your genre? How would you describe your genre?
I mean, I put it all under hip hop, but definitely a lot of stuff that I do isn't that. But that's pretty much what it is. As far as like sounds, right now I really been trying to do like the ambient sounding thing, but by the time you hear like a current idea from me now, I'm gonna be on like some old other. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so you're always moving one sound to another. You don't really have a specific sound that you try to go with regularly.
Yeah, and it's really just working on like literally like several things, like always doing stuff, and then on top of that it's just like what this is, and like music is to like my daily life. That's like day and night.
Hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you get this, like at shows people get this, like when I go to studio people get this, but
behind the scenes,
I'm chasing kids.
Yeah, that's right. So you're a dad, and I mean, with that, obviously it comes a ton of responsibility, and you're pretty young, right? How old are you?
I just turned 21 on the 14th.
Yeah.
Of February, so yeah, Valentine's Day.
So obviously, you're rapping. Does it affect your family life? Does it play any role in your music whatsoever? You're like, no.
Yeah, it actually does, because it's really like I have to now, without any responsibilities, you could do anything. And I didn't realize that until like after I got responsibilities, because I was like, damn, I could have been doing this
so much more.
I could have been doing this every day, and I just, but like now, yeah, it's always I have to give something to get it. So it's
sure. Yeah, man. I mean, I'm excited to have you here. Again, it's really, podcasting is kind of crazy in the fact that you can literally just know somebody over social media and have them out and talk to them and get to know them. But I mean, I love getting to inside artists' heads and knowing what kind of inspires them to create their music, because I feel like, I mean, you're on TikTok, right? You're on Instagram. You're on what other platforms do you really fuck with?
I'm gonna say, like, as far as like listening wise, if you're listening to music, I've really say I'll listen to, when I actually listen to music, it's either on Spotify or SoundCloud. But as far as like when I drop, or from someone that's consuming it perspective, I really just I couldn't finish my thought.
No, you're good, man.
What was the question again?
No, I was more so asking like, dude, I don't even know. I dropped the ball.
Yeah, you said Spotify. Yeah. All right, so yeah, when I drop, or like when someone's consuming something, I'd really only focus on Spotify and iTunes.
Okay.
Like ever. It's, other than that, I'm just like, like it's a million different, like United Masters, Deezer, all like I don't, so I just focus on the ones that get the most traffic.
Fair. Yeah. Are you from Green Bay? Like, you grew up here? No. Where are you from?
Gary, Indiana. Like,
oh shit.
From where Michael Jackson's from, type.
Oh hell yeah. So how'd you end up in Green Bay then?
Man, story after story after story. All right, so basically, I'm gonna just start it off like the shortest way possible. So in my hometown, like I'm saying, I don't know if you know anything about it, but like it's really like that out there. Nobody really has anything out there. It's really like a dog eat dog type situation.
Okay.
So how I got to like even got out here, it was really like my mom passed when I was like, I want to say I was like 15, and then I turned like 16 after that, or I was 16 and I turned 17 after that. And after I tried to, we were gonna stay. We were staying in our hometown for a minute, but then we just kept getting in trouble. So it was in the will that we go to a different family member.
Oh wow.
And we ended up getting sent to her, and she lived out here.
Okay.
So literally because right before I got sent off or whatever, I started like recording on my phone, but it was like really like horrible quality, and it was like I was just doing anything, thinking nothing of it too, and like literally before when I left the transferred schools and left the school that I was coming from, I literally said I had never put like any music out before this or nothing. I said mixtape coming like 2020 or something like that. And it's crazy to actually look up today, and I'm like actually doing it. It wasn't really.
So you hopped around from schools to schools a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like it's just a big never get like too comfortable, too, you know what I'm saying, used to people that you're around.
Okay.
And that's even at the age that we are now, like I'm pretty sure it's some people that you're like, oh, I thought it was cool, but then you're chilling around them, you're like, I don't know, you ain't gonna say nothing.
They're not the same, yeah.
You ain't gonna say nothing, but when you go home, you're gonna be like, I'm never gonna answer this.
Yeah, that's again. Never happening again.
I'm never answering.
No, it's a weird thing to think about because I've been in Green Bay I grew up outside of Green Bay, but I've come to Green Bay for all my life. My grandparents live here, I have family here, but from an artist perspective, I mean, there are definitely circles in the city, and I find myself, reaching out to the same people, the same circles all the time.
These circles, we know of these circles.
I mean, from an outsider's perspective, like how do you see the Green Bay crowd interacting?
I'm gonna speak the facts.
Yeah, do it, man. That's what this is here for. Like,
all right, so before I met my manager,
he's sitting behind the cameras over here.
Yeah, I had a before Gut, I had a different manager, and before that, I was just like I had formed this clan that didn't go the way it was supposed to go, and then everyone went their separate ways, and then that's when I started. Wait, before everyone went before I even formed the group or whatever, I had the manager before that. We fell out because his life wasn't aligning with my life. I guess he had like a legal situation. And then my life, I could do whatever I wanted to. So I was basically like, what he was on was slowing me down. So I was like, I'm saying, like, when we gonna record?
Yeah,
when
to find something
when we
different.
that? Yeah. When we this? And then one day I'm just like, this is how it is. And then
stepped out of your comfort zone.
Yeah, so then that's when the clan was formed, and then that went downhill. And then
So you've stepped in like a few different groups. How long have you been like actively participating in Green Bay's kind of music scene?
Since I'm not even gonna. I think I got here when I was. I think I started school here when I was like a junior or a sophomore.
Because I stumbled upon your stuff in like 2020. And that was kind of the first time I really saw you have any presence. And I think the first time it was probably at Club 920 that I saw you pull through. But I mean, it seems like you've had already in your short time being here, you've already experienced kind of the group mentality. People aren't really down to collaborate as much as
because it's really like no one wants to collaborate because it's this thing is like metaphorically looking at, say you have a line, I have a line, we all live next to each other. Your grass could be greener or whatever. And instead of trying to groom mine and get mine like or better than yours, I look up and I'm like, hey, his grass is green. I'm hating. I'm hating. That's what it is.
So there's definitely like
it's basically like no one wants to be better than, or no one wants to be like, know what I'm saying, side dude. No one wants to be Robin and everyone else is Batman. Like, no one wants to do that. So that's where people, I'm not doing a song with nobody because say you do a song with a person, and then obviously when you do songs with people, when people listen to them, they're like, this person was better, or this person did that. I liked his verse because of this. So it's like, yeah, it's a lot of that, but really what I did to not even avoid it, I was like meeting like right through it. I was kind of like, all right, so here I was making music in school.
Yeah.
But like I said, when we go all the way back, when I first moved here, literally the first night I got here, my uncle and my cousin came in or whatever. They came in the house, and he's like, you want to go to the studio? I just moved there. Like it was literally my bags. I literally just walked my bags into the house. It was like nighttime.
Damn.
I've never been here. When I drove, when we were in the car, I was in the backseat looking out the window like, what, people could walk at night down here? What? Huh? That's a thing? Why are they out past 9 o'clock? So right. So then when
it's already entirely different atmosphere
so I was
than what
like,
you're used to.
Yeah, they took me to a studio, and then ever since then I've just been like making stuff. Obviously, it was horrible at first, but then I just kept getting better and better and better, and then literally I almost dropped out over it too. I was in school, and I was like it was like this program they said for us to get up, like to graduate early or something like that. I was in like art class, and I was like the teacher came in and she was like, all right, raise your hand if you're trying to go and do this this program to graduate early. And everyone raised their hand. I raised my hand or whatever. She called me out like right there. She was like, really? Like she was like, are you sure you want to keep your hand up because your grades are this and that and this and that? So off rip, I was heated.
Were you good in school?
At first, but then I started because when I came here, is like that was when the experiments with girls started happening. So then obviously when you start talking to girls, your grades start like, because you're not coming to school to learn. I'm coming to school to like, like who's here today? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's what I was on. So yeah, so I just, I don't know, I just didn't really care about school like that. I was then the thing in the art class happened, went to my counselor, was like, oh, I'm trying to get in the program, this and that. He was like, no. I was like, then I'm dropping out, and I just walked out. Because I had like a mentor, his name was Mr. Gay or something like that. And he was like one of the, I think he was one of the counselors or something like that. He had a son that went to the school too. I always told him, because I skip, sometimes I try to like skip class in his like office and stuff and all sorts of stuff. I come to school like later and later and later and later. And I always told him, I was like, oh, I'm so focused on music that I don't need school.
So it's definitely like passion driven.
Yeah,
like
so it had been that
for
before I was good. Before
anything,
before I knew anything about nothing. Like not even like, I wasn't even like, because everyone goes through the phase of like, oh, I want to do this because this person had this chain and these clothes and this or
you're
that.
definitely influenced by what you see out there.
Yeah, but when I wanted things and then I got them, I was like, you know what, this shit actually lame. I was like, this shit actually lame, and that's all it is just like discovering stuff. So like I said, when I came out of school, I was I came back to school, and I was in class. I got called down to the office, and then the counselor that told me no, he was like, that we talked about it, and yeah. So I was like, all right, say less. And I don't got to come to school until 11 o'clock. Everybody else is getting up at like 6 in the morning. I have to come to school to like what? Like, no, it was like 9 or 11 o'clock. I'm like, say less. So
and then you finished up?
Yeah, I went there. I literally passed ACE, like everything. Went to NWTC to test several times. Did all of that.
Hell yeah.
I was about to go to college. I literally enrolled in NWTC for music and something else. And then right when it ended, when school ended, because I graduated before that ceremony and everything, when school ended, they were like, they start sending them emails out, them calls. Hey, you said you want to go to college. What's up with that? What's going on with that? I was like, ghost. I didn't go. Yeah, and I chose because it was either go and do that and like,
or chase your dreams.
Or yeah, so I didn't go, and then I started involving myself in a lot of activities, and then I realized like, okay, I could either do nothing, like, and like, I'm saying, like, go to jail, do something, or be like anyone else, do something that people expect, or I could go out my way to do this. Because then even with my brother, we have like a mutual friend. We used to catch the bus like at school, like literally, or like we catch the bus from school to the east side, and I was living on the west side at this time to even go to the studio. So yeah, it was just and then once they started slacking off and being on other stuff too, like I kind of like
fell into that a little bit.
I stuck to it. That was the thing. So then I went through this thing where like everyone that I talked to, I was kind of like spacing out from them because I was so focused on what I had going on. And then I guess my music actually started like it was like upon people start talking about it.
Oh yeah, you progressively. If you spend that much time,
but
you
it was
progressively
it was
better.
just at the point of just like, oh, this dude's gonna do this and this dude's gonna do that. And my manager now the one that's here, Gut, he I guess people kept hitting him up about me or something like that. So we ended up meeting at the mall, like at the Schwabenland Bay Park Square or something. And this is before like the kids. This is before like everything. Wow. This is like I have like I'm living at my aunt's house. You know what I'm saying? I'm making money like any way possible. And yeah. And I had just met my fiance at the time. My fiance now at the time too. So when I met her, I met Gut like a day after that. Well, when I started talking to her, I met up with Gut like a day after that. And yeah, he put on a show. It was at Jim's Music, and I performed there. I had performed several times before that when I had the other manager. Yeah, I was performing in the pier at like this bar, and yeah, it was like like 10 people, 20 people, because that's how it goes. Like as soon as you start knowing, cares about who you are, anything you do. So yeah, so the first show me and Gut did, it was actually it had to be the biggest in Green Bay at that time. And when I went on the stage perform my songs or whatever, literally that entire ever since then, this goes back to the thing where I said where you were like how is from an inside perspective, how is working with everyone in the city. That's how it goes. Is you start off, they're like, oh, you're hard, you're lit, you're this and that. So then I made a lot of relationships off of performing, and I ended up getting a show from Nathan Penny at this. I forgot the bar, but it was like a New Year's show that was packed too. And yeah, literally from that, and the thing how I met Penny too is I was going to you know who Garrett is? Like
Garrett Lloyd?
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely follow him.
Yeah. I lived at his house for a while. Like,
Okay.
and we recorded and all sorts of stuff like that. And yeah, he helped me out with a lot of stuff like that.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's yeah,
I mean, it's definitely like a interesting take because again, you're really have this outsider's kind of view where most people, you know, really stick to their guns. You know, people don't really collaborate that much. But I mean, you showed me or you sent me some of your tracks when we first started. We were thinking about doing a music video. You sent me 2 tracks, man.
Oh yeah,
and
definitely.
they are insane. I mean, I don't think you've released any of them yet.
The two that you have, I don't think no one heard those.
Yeah, I mean, how your new shit. I listened to a bunch of your tracks before we started, and your old stuff is good, but like the new stuff you sent me is on a whole different level, man. I mean, it's
that goes back to what I told you at the beginning. Is like everything that I do is very premeditated.
yeah.
So like I don't give my like even if my drop fails, I don't give myself the chance of like when someone fails at something, they step back from it a little bit. Like the fire was hot, like let me not touch it. You know?
And you just keep going.
And like I don't give myself that chance to step back and be like, oh, like it only did this many views because right after that I have like 5, 10, 20, 30 other songs planned for like the month after that, the year after that. Like I'm in 2023 right now. Like literally.
Damn. Do you ever think about like slowing down
No.
and taking it back a notch just to like no.
There's because the as soon as I give them a chance to breathe, that's when they get you. That's when it's like that you give them that one chance to breathe, and then now you're slacking back and you're looking back, and now I'm like, oh look, this person did this cool, and
Somebody's working
I'm in
harder
his
than
stuff,
you.
and I'm like man, why is he? I don't give my chance. I don't give myself the chance to be like, why is he doing this? Because I'm doing this. Why would I care what he's doing?
Facts.
Like, but
I
if
mean,
I see that
that's true
yeah.
artistry right there. I mean, do you see yourself like in the future? Do you have like big goals that you're working towards, or you're just doing it just to do it?
I have like so much when it comes to that because after this gets like super solidified because this is the only thing I really like this is the main goal at the end of the day, but like little side missions, like I always wanted to like make a anime, make a cartoon, make a game, and
Okay,
the game the game is like kind of recently it might come to life. I that's all I can say.
So you have different passions and hobbies besides just rapping, then?
Not really.
No.
I have so much things that I used to do though, but
it kind of bleeds into your music.
Yeah, but the music makes it all possible though. That's why I only I focus on music first because it's like, when like it without this that doesn't exist.
Okay.
You know? So
no, that's
really
interesting.
Like, yeah, it doesn't. It doesn't exist because this is the key, and then I do everything else through it.
So you just live and breathe music. I mean,
Every day.
what's your like day-to-day life like? I mean, you have 2 kids. Do you work a job and then
I work a job.
and then you do music on top of that? Like that gets crazy, man. And especially if you're doing like day-to-day, you're always working on something. You're always putting on something new, like
shows and tour shows, all sorts of stuff like that. It's really like all right, so you said day to day. All right, so I get up.
What time? Usually
6, 7 o'clock
in the morning. So you're up early.
6, 7 o'clock. Wake up. Check my phone. What time is it? Oh, it's 6. It's 7 o'clock. I'm going back to sleep to 8, 9. Boom. If I work, I gotta be at work at like I want to say like 11:30. So so say this is a work day. All morning I'm watching an interview. I'm watching like an interview. I'm watching like a.
You're studying.
Like or sometimes I get up, won't even just put like some background noise on the TV and read a book.
Is it like music related stuff that you're watching and listening to, or is it?
Yeah, all the time. It's like because it's really I wouldn't be at this point if I didn't really take the time to like study everything that because that's what people don't do. They don't really care about what's in front of them.
Right.
And that's the issue with everyone because what's in front of you is that's the only thing you could change and that's the only thing tangible. So if you're not if you're not focused on what's in front of you, then you can't bend it and use it to your will or way, you know?
Yeah.
So if you're focused on what this person just said or this person just posted this or
your mind's in the wrong spot. You should just be focusing on the one thing that you want to see succeed.
Right. Like I don't have time to sit under people's posts and wait for them to post and then be like and then like just wait for them to post. Post hasn't been up for 1 second, didn't watch it, didn't read it, then nothing. Just put a hate comment.
So back to your
nothing.
Back to your day to day. I mean, once you get off work, are you already like starting on something new music wise, or on work days? That's the only time I don't record. Okay.
Work days are really just like I'm just chilling. But
so you have some downtime in your life.
Yeah,
that's good to hear because I feel like you're moving quick, man.
It's not even downtime either because it's like even after that I still have to come home.
Yeah.
Everyone like say someone's not listening, someone's not like it's always that. It's like maybe the dog then go out, I'm cleaning something up, maybe so it's like I have to do all of that before I even get to me.
And yet you still seem to put out just so much music.
Oh yeah. Literally like I'm working on like a 1,000 things. Like I'm like so say I'm saying I'm working on a song, but I'm also talking to a producer, and by talking to this producer, he has 30 other people that are producers. They add me to a group chat. So then they follow me, they're pushing my stuff, they're sending me beats, and then when I do something with them, their 30 friends they start messing with me. Then I do something with their 30 friends, and then and just so on. It's literally like it's just stairs. All it is just
a huge network.
That's all you could do if you don't network and you just want to sit back and be that guy, because I think everyone wants to just be that guy. I just did all of this myself. It's like I don't know.
No, you definitely.
As someone that does a lot
involved.
of stuff themselves, I don't see it's bragging. Like you get it. It's easy. All you guys say is like, yeah, I did this myself. Yeah, ain't nobody ever had to I'm saying, but I think people get too caught up in that.
Yeah, so Green Bay especially.
That's where you fall. Yeah.
When you work with other people, is it a large amount of people from the area, or are you talking like to people in California and Florida and Atlanta?
So as far as this area, I'm gonna speak absolute facts. As far as this area, I've been done working with people in this area outside of our cult in a minute.
So you're working with like
just friends and family, really.
Okay.
It's really like say someone I have like people around here that I mess with. I still do stuff with them, link up with them. Other than that, but it's just like no one else is like what. The moment I realized that no one cared about this as much as I do, I kind of like.
Oh, you definitely have to find like-minded people that are out here doing it for the same reason that you are.
Yeah, like I don't like I don't this isn't for play. This isn't a image. This isn't cap. This is me like every day, all day.
So in 5 years, where do you hope to be?
Well, where I know I'll be in 5 years, like what I'm on now, like if you like 5 years, I'm not even worried about anything. Like I'm just out here. I'm just living life. You don't know where I am. I'm saying I might be like meditating on a mountain somewhere. Like I'm just gone. Like you don't know.
No, I love that.
The presence is there, but I don't even have to. I don't even. I'm saying I don't gotta lift a finger or do anything.
As far as influences go in your career, do you have any like big staples that you really look up to and kind of base yourself off of?
Yeah, when XXX and Tacion died, I kind of like that kind of sent me into like a spiral. I'm not even gonna hold. It literally did, like, because when I to be honest, he got me interested in music.
So he was kind of your first,
before his no, because I've always been interested in music, like especially like when Wayne was like on his run, and he was just like doing any and everything, and like everything he was doing was like amazing. Like everyone was tuned in then, but like as far as like before, I was like, how does a music video work? Do they just turn the music on, and do they rap the song like on the spot? Like I was that clueless. Like so it's just yeah, I didn't really care about anything behind the music business, like anything like that, until X came around, because it was kind of like it kind of just grabbed your attention, and that's what like
it's different. It was different than anything else anybody had ever heard at the time.
Yeah, because I had like one of the worst streaks of all time in like elementary and like middle school, as far as having friends, dating, doing anything. Complete lame. I was just a lame.
Antisocial.
Not even that. Like I was a class clown. Like I just wanted attention, because it was just like, it's just like, but I didn't know how to get it. It's like I didn't know like basic communication, like how to communicate with people, how to like.
Do you think music kind of scratches that itch for you?
Yeah, really, because it's it's kind of like making a song is talking to yourself, if you're not repeating the same thing over and over and over again, because that's a lot of like music. But music is subjective. That's another thing. You could talk about nothing and it'll still be a diamond song. You could talk about something, it'll still be a diamond song. It's just music isn't what you say, it's how you say it. Unfortunately, that's how it is. But it's really just like, even when it comes down to what other people like, I always pay attention to what other people like.
Like the subject matters that they're talking about in their music, or
anything, like not just on a living like perspective, is like anything anyone likes, like outside of music, whatever. Like you just gotta pay attention to that, because it's like you can learn so much. Like in this book I just finished reading, it was Russ's book, the what is it? It's All in Your Head, the yellow book.
Oh, I haven't heard about it.
What? Oh,
talk about it a little bit.
What did I say before that though?
I was just wondering, like, as far as like inspiration for your tracks, like does it come from a certain place, or are you comparing it to other people's interests and kind of creating a modge of different thoughts, or is what you're rapping about like completely unique to you?
When I first started, it was like I was trying to, whoever I caught like a liking to as far as music, I'd try to I'd be them. Like I'd rap like them, I'd move like them, I'd do like, and it hurts you when it does that, because like then you're just a clone, and there's a million, there's a billion other people that are doing the exact same thing, that think that if you do exactly what this person does, then you're gonna like no one's journey is the same, no one's anything is the same. So like same thing is just like when I know some people are like when super young people blow up or do something crazy in or outside of music, people are like, damn, I wish that when I was at that age that I would have, but like he doesn't even know what life is. He doesn't even know himself. That's not even his real voice. His balls hasn't even dropped yet.
Right, he's imitating something.
He hasn't even talked to a girl yet or anything like that. So it's just like I'm glad that I found myself before I found myself in music, because that's what I did. I found myself before I found myself in music. And that's also like, dealing with girls and like emotion and stuff. You'll either lose yourself and like become like this. You know how some people become?
Yeah.
Or you'll find yourself and be like, she tripping.
This is who I am.
It is what it is. That's what I became. Like I just became like it is what it is, like go with the flow type.
No, I like that. Yeah, it's different for everybody, because I think to a certain point, like obviously to develop your own style, whether it's video, photo, or even music, you're always imitating to some degree, because all learning is imitating somebody else's work.
That's another thing. People get crushed for that though. Like people get crushed for having an influence. People get dragged for having an influence. If you like someone's stuff and you try to imitate it by any means, people like drag you for that. But that's the thing. It's just like you think the car that you're driving is the first car.
Right.
You think the helicopter that's flying in the air is the first helicopter. No, someone stole it. The bit that I heard, that's another thing. It's just like I heard from somewhere that the greatest people of all time weren't the greatest people or the greatest at what they did. They were the best thieves. The person who steals someone's shit the best, and all you have to do is change just a little thing about it. So when people are like, hey, it's that, they be like, no, it's not this, because this small thing is different. That's literally all people do.
Damn.
So
yeah, that's really spot on, man.
Right. That's all people do is like everything that people do is just regurgitated. Every style is someone else's style with
or
a small
mixtures of everything combined. I mean, a lot of inspiration for my work in photo and video comes from like seeing people I look up to. Like Kanye was a big influence on me, so you'll see a lot of like my even my setup here. Like I have a lot of inspiration that I take from these huge people, where it's just like you're always just taking little pieces and making it your own.
That's why I try to like anyone that comes around, like I always like try to like push that on people, is like the idea, the perspective that everything you do now is gonna multiply like tenfold, like in a year. So it's like people complain about, oh, like I don't want to go through this to get it because I want it now, but all you're doing complaining all 365 days of that year.
You could have been out doing something.
You could have been out working towards it, but instead you just spent the year complaining about it. And now the effects are doubled negative, when you could have at least got up. Like say you wanted a driver's license, but you don't want to go and take the test. You could have at least got up and went and took the test if you wanted a driver's license.
No, I mean, that's an extremely motivating thought. I mean, I find myself really getting caught up thinking about like what other people are thinking about me.
And
like
it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. I mean, you're honestly a really good example about that, because I see you seem just extremely genuine. And again, this is the first time we're ever talking in person, but you radiate this energy, man.
But that's the thing, like with being like that, people try to like take advantage of you when you're like that.
Have you ever had people, I mean, do exactly that? Like try to, use you to get ahead in certain situations?
Who hasn't? But that's the thing. Like I that happens to me all the time. Like I introduce people to people. I put people on with stuff. I'm literally the reason some people exist. But it's like I don't ever. I'm not finna be that dude that's like, oh, because you're doing this now, just because I helped you with this, that
You
I
gotta give me
deserve this.
credit.
Like, bro, I don't care. Go do you, because at the end of the day, if it was me, you gave me some leeway, all the leeway that I've ever been getting. I took that shit and I ran with it.
Yeah.
Who isn't gonna do that? So
Yeah.
I wouldn't, so it's like it is what it is. You do what you do. You do me wrong, like whatever, because it all comes back, and you either get haunted or blessed at the end of the day. Like it all comes back. Whatever you do is just like, I'm saying, like I've been like scammed in this music shit. You know what people in music do. You know what people in life do. Everything that I've ever done, negative inside or outside music, I've gotten it back. Like I still get it back to this day. So it's like, and the same thing with people who like crossed me or did something to me. Like I'm chilling. I'm like,
do you ever have people that have done you wrong in the past try to like come back into your life? And
yeah.
and if so, do you like,
yeah.
what's your take on are you forgiving, or are you like, no, like you've done me wrong? Like,
I'm that guy that I forgive, but I never forget. So it's like, I'll forgive you. That don't mean I'm gonna fuck with you.
yeah.
What you mean? Like it's the same thing. It's just like we're at like, I'm saying, like, yeah, you could go eat, just not at my table. You can't. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna provide the food, but you go eat somewhere, because it's just like once you burn me, you're burnt forever.
Yeah.
Like I sympathize for you. I still care about your life as a human. That's the thing. That's what people don't do. Like they don't care about anyone else's lives as a human being. People like where I work, especially in like customer service and stuff, you realize that 80% of the human race is fucking garbage. That's what you realize. And in customer service, you really realize that people don't care that behind this uniform, you have another life. People don't care about your story. They don't care that you're a human being. They don't care that you bleed. They don't care any of that. They give fuck. Give me my flat screen. Where are my pictures at? Where's this? Where's that? Oh, sorry, we don't have this. Well, what the fuck? Da, 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 da. They don't care. They that's what people do. They don't care. They don't care what you. Know what I'm saying? They're one-sided perspective. Like they don't. That's like, say you run up and punch someone, you're not gonna think about it because you're punching them. You're not getting punched. You're not gonna feel it. So it's just like that's what people do.
Yeah.
And that's what you realize. And when you realize that, is like when you in this, and metaphorically, when you trip and fall, and in real life, people will just step on you and keep going, or use you as a staircase.
Stepping stone, yeah.
So that's the same thing. It's just like all the people I helped out, I could have been like, nah, fuck you, this and that, became bitter, became evil, became whatever, and still been down bad. But what did I do? They took that shit, they ran with it, they became this, they became that. Good thing for you. I wanted you to get there. But I'm still on this. Even though that you got that, you're not fucking with this, because I didn't care about. You know what I'm saying, I wasn't bitter. I wasn't focused on what you had going on. So yeah, now you're up, but I'm up like times 20 because I wasn't worried about you anyway, and I'm still doing what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So it's like, so it is what it is. It's just like everyone has a time for everything, and it's just like, as long as you use your 24 hours, at least you're gonna waste some of the time, all the time. So it's like, as long as you spend it the best, because time you can't get back, as long as you spend it the right way, is like,
is
most of the
worthwhile.
time is worth. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I could definitely, anyone could definitely turn up what they're doing right now and be on some whole other shit, but then you get that thought, you're like, oh yeah, I could try that hard, but why?
Yeah, what's the point?
I'm cruising. So it's just like, yeah.
No, I mean, that's incredibly inspirational, and like I said, you radiate that energy, and I truly believe you do exactly what you're talking about.
Oh yeah.
As far as like projects coming up, do you have any like big plans that you want to tell people about? Or you seem to keep it like down low, you know?
I'm working on 4 mixtapes. 2 out of the 4 are done.
And ready to go. What's stopping you from putting them out tomorrow?
Who said they're not already, who said they're not already uploaded?
Oh shit. Okay. Okay.
I'm saying you that's the thing. That's why that goes back to what I said. People don't think that far. Not like
no, I definitely don't find myself thinking that far.
People like average people are like 2 steps ahead. Like I'm going the whole 20. I'm doing like if I'm planning stuff all day, every day, and my plan isn't even final. It's like when I start something else, I'm going right back in the plan and I'm like, no, take this out, push this back, do this because I want to drop this first because this is harder. This is that.
So when did you actually like decide to drop something? Is it just based on like a feeling, or are you, strategically dropping at certain points to?
Everything I do is strategy, and it's really I've been trying to just I've been trying to work with my impulse too though, because I've always been like about the strategy and like planning and plotting and like scheming and stuff, but it's like sometimes it's good to be impulsive. Sometimes it isn't bad to just drop instead of just hold it to like the next month or so because you don't know the effects that'll come. So like everything I do is strategic, but sometimes when I get the feeling like you should post this on the gram right now, you should announce this song right now, you should say that this drops this time, I just do it. I don't second think it. I just do it.
Yeah.
So it's really what it is. You have to move like that because it's like I've met like every single type of person. I've been around every single type of person, and it's just when I've seen people know that they could do better, and then I look at them now, and the conversation that we had did nothing for them, and they're doing worse than they were when it was back then.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you could have avoided that, but it's called willful blindness. Willful blindness is when you know that something's there, but you walk into it anyway because you don't want to acknowledge that it's there. Same thing with like is like it's like a lot of like 90% of everyone's life is a lie because they're not gonna reveal that certain lies that they told or certain things that they were held back or lies because they know that it will affect their immediate life.
Interesting.
So literally every small thing that you do alters everything. If I got up and fucking like flipped this table and like went insane, like that would change everything. If anything that I do, if I decided, you know what, fuck this job, I'm not going in, and I go on the thing and I go over the intercom and fuck this job, da 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 da, that's a different doorway. Everything that we do is a different doorway. So that's one thing I learned. I don't.
That's a different way of thinking about it because I think if you applied the way you approach music and the way you do everything, if somebody else were to try to replicate it, I mean, I have a hard time seeing certain people being able to handle it. I mean, everybody's different and everybody does stuff at their own pace, but it's interesting to see this side of you where we're getting to know exactly why you do things and exactly what makes you unique, because I think a lot of people could try to do exactly what you're saying, but it wouldn't work out for them.
Yeah, because it's like how does he have 2 kids, a third on the way, a dog, a cat, his own house, his own life, he's doing music on top of that, he's doing the shows, moving things around, going to work on top of that, all keeping friends, still like building stuff on the side, still paying this person, still doing that, still doing this. And it's like when you think about it, it seems like a lot until you start doing it.
Yeah, yeah.
That when you get used to that's everything is like everything you do is like a muscle, like with like in real, like whether you work out, whether your brain is it or whatever, everything you do, like you work a job for every day for a year, you're gonna get the money. Say you spend all the money, that's your outcome. Say you save all the money, that's your outcome. So it's really like everything is about you and what you want to do. If you don't wanna, if you wanna do it, you know. So it's some people that know, oh yeah, I could do better, but why would I do better? I'm gonna go in here, I'm gonna crash out. That's what people think. That's how people think. That's what people do.
Yeah.
We see some of the craziest shit of all time happen every day. Like every day is a new headline. Like damn, that happened. Like there's literally like a fucking like almost war, damn near war going on right now. We're just chilling. People don't think about that.
Yeah.
You know, and it's the same thing with just the human race is like whoever came up with fighting over colors. When you say some of this shit out loud, it sounds stupid.
Oh, it's like, ridiculous. I mean,
you're fighting over someone's skin pigmentation. Like it makes we're so behind and like it's just stupid.
So you seem to get like real theoretical with everything. I mean, do you dream about like a utopia, like a perfect world where everybody is like kumbaya?
No, because everyone has single thought, and as much as I want to just live in peace, prosperity, and keep doing cool shit, there's someone on this planet that wants chaos. I want to go in here and fuck them up. I want to go shoot this. I want to go do that. There's always going to be that person. You can't do anything, no matter how many you lock out, how many you know what I'm saying, how many you kill, there will always be someone right behind that person that comes up and wants to be that person, or doesn't even try to be that person, but just ends up being that person. You can't, like, you know what I'm saying, as long as we have individual thought, like, you know, it's the same thing with like a government and like everything that everyone does. How, you know, even like I ain't trying to get sniped, so I ain't gonna say too much.
No, we got on a tangent here.
But like, yeah, so it's just like people don't understand that like we are so many, and then we let one person like
affect the way you see
everything that we do.
Yeah, no,
and then the one person that chooses everything that we do has like 10 other people that tells him what to do, and then those 10 other people have other people that tell it. Just keeps going higher and higher and higher, and it's just like, when are you gonna realize that we are so many, and it's just that one person?
I mean, this is like high level thought, right? Is your head always in this space where you're always thinking about such huge problems in life?
Yeah, that's why when I started smoking, I was having like paranoid episodes and stuff like that. Is because I overthink like everything, but that could be a good and a bad thing.
Oh, absolutely.
Because as long as I could think of everything, but I don't have an act on it. That's the thing. People they just choose to act on the wrong shit, or act on impulse.
Mm-hmm.
Impulse is one of those things. Is like because I've always been on the humble or whatever, but it's like whoever came up with being humble only wanted to suppress other people's true, like, you know, their true like demon, like, I want this, I'm gonna get this, or I'm this, or I'm that. Because sometimes you could be humble and people will still be like, he's not shit, he's not this, he's not that. So then you don't gotta let people know, but you still have to be like,
you gotta fight
I'm
for
that
yourself.
Guy.
Yeah.
I'm that guy. I don't care what he says. He lives in a box. I'm that guy.
I
don't care what he says. He does this. I'm a guy.
So you're gonna speak your mind no matter what the situation.
When it calls for it, because it's just like speaking your mind. Like people get that confused. Is like freedom of speech and speaking your mind is literally like, you don't. People feel like you have to say stuff like all the time, like you have to say it, or you don't have to do shit. Certain things shouldn't be said. certain things shouldn't be known.
Okay.
Because it would change everything. It would destroy certain things. It would do certain things. So it's just like how people got to be real because everyone's a hypocrite. It's like, how are you going to say that you want to live like this, but you still want to do this? Or you know, like everyone has like that hypocrite factor. It's like, don't talk to my girl or don't do this to my girl, but I go and I talk to your girl and I don't give a fuck. I know people like that. I've dealt with people like that. So it's like, you know, it's hypocrite.
It's all about dealing with personalities and how people view certain aspects of life.
It's an ego thing too. Like I hate someone that has to like as soon as you get something, you're hey look what I got. That's what people do. Is like you want a cookie, you want what you want. Like it's not like it's look what I like showing everyone what you got. People are gonna start. They're gonna start like knowing that you have it. Certain things people should know that you have.
So when people listen to your music, what do you want them to hear or feel or to know about you, or does it even have to do with you? You just want them to feel good about themselves.
It's whatever they. That's the thing is more than about me when it comes to that. It's like it's whatever you want to hear, whatever you want to feel. That's the reason why I don't just make the same type of song. Like there's certain people who make music that they will only make that type of music and that's their brand.
Yeah.
But I literally like some of the stuff that I didn't even drop yet is like everything sounds different and I haven't been able to just put that was my issue when it came to like making an aesthetic because it's like I'm interested in so many different things.
You have a hard time putting just one label on it.
Yeah, I can't just and that's what people want. People are simple minded. They need a simple idea to digest. You can't that's like with the Lay's chip bag or any brand is like if you can't have a complicated symbol or a complicated logo on something and expect people to digest it, people are quick. Like people want shit now. So they need to look at it. This is what that is. That's why when people come up in music, right away people are like, he sounds like this, he sounds like that. They just can't help it. They just need something to attach you to. They just need one label that you are.
Is your goal for more and more people to hear your music and have those thoughts about your music, or you don't care like if anybody's listening? You're just doing it for you.
Yeah, that's always been the thing. Is I'm my biggest fan and my biggest critic. By the time I show someone a song, I've listened to it like literally 100 times. By the time I do anything, so it's just like, and I criticize myself before anyone else does. So by the time someone's telling me like, oh, you should do this or that or this, that's why I don't really like, I listen to criticism, but as far as in a music sense and everything is just like when people tell you certain things or it's just like, sometimes I'm just like, okay, I'll take your advice, but little do you know, I'm like, this is some shit for like 4 or 5 months ago. Like I'm doing this A to Z, this and that. But I'm not gonna. You don't want to just let someone figure you all the way out because once they do, that's when people stop caring because they know everything about you.
So you like to keep them on their toes, keep them guessing.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's just like everyone has those people on Facebook. All they do is post and talk to themselves. Don't get no likes, don't get nothing. And they put their entire life on the internet. The only reason people don't care is because that's all they do all the time. But say I were to go on the internet and be like, this is what's going on right now. Fuck everything. Fuck this. Then I'm like, whoa, he never talks like this. React. That's all it is. It's supply and demand. The same thing as like people like once you want everything, but once you get it, you're like, I could have had less. It's like you can't have too much, you can't have too little of it. It has to be just like and people don't, you have to move. That's why I be like, I can't hang around someone that's what Gut told me about. Like he literally like he told me this when we first started hanging out. I used to hate it because I used to be around like 40 people all the time. I'm bringing them all to the top. I'm bringing them. I'm carrying them. But he's a bum. He doesn't do this. I don't care. Don't talk to me. Don't. Blah, blah.
I'm taking him with me.
Right. So then it's just like, then he just sat back and just let me. He just sat back and just let me rock. That's all I wanted. Just sit back, let me rock. Let me make the mistake and let me figure it out. So then I was like, he was right. This dude is a bum. He was right. This person is weird. This person is this. This person is that. And then it just, I just formulated I can't have you around if you don't even have to be on music shit, but something, I don't care if you're like the fucking manager at your store, do good for yourself. You don't have to do it in music sense, but if you're not interested in doing good for yourself or in music,
why do it at all?
Why would I'm not going to talk to you because you bring nothing to the table and all I do is feast and bring things to the table.
Right. You live and breathe the passion, man. And listen, we're about at that hour mark, which is where I typically like to edit. It goes fast, man. It goes real fast.
Way.
Yeah. Listen, to get into your mind and just to understand where you're coming from as an artist, I mean, I don't think many people get the opportunity to do that unless they sit down and talk to you for an hour, right?
But I developed this perspective when I was like, before I even got to this age, is because when I realized what I was living, it was kind of like a you waking up from like a nightmare. I woke up one day, I'm like, why the fuck do I live here? Why the fuck am I doing this? Why the fuck am I doing that? Why am I? So then I got real paranoid and I start like pushing things off. I don't want you over. I don't want this person over. I don't want to talk to the neighbor. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. And then that's when like everything changed because it literally like a horror movie. I woke up and I like kind of screamed and I was like, this isn't what I want. This is what I want. You know what I'm saying? When you realize, one day I woke up and realized that I could do whatever the fuck I want if I choose to do it.
And this is the part.
And this is the outcome.
Yeah. And I mean, this is the part that I need people to see more of. Like to get the chance to sit down and talk to you, it's incredible because I find myself very different from you, but in the same ways, I can learn so much by just listening to what you have to say about art and creating and doing yourself. It's been a real pleasure, man. Seriously.
Yeah, it's one of the reasons why the say if you don't like me, you hate me, and then one of the people and all the people around me are like really like close and like stuck to me because it's like I just keep it like.
You're real. You're 100%.
You keep it a rack.
Yeah.
You either love it or you hate it.
You're authentic. You're authentic as hell, man.
That's what it is. It is what it is. It's like, and yeah, it's just like I'm saying. It's just like today and tomorrow is the only thing that matters. It's like yesterday is a different day. Even if I got hit by a car yesterday, today I'm healing. It's different.
Man, I appreciate you coming out, man. Do you have anything you want to shout out or plug or anything like that? Right, let the people know.
I'm saying, man, shout out. I have a side cult. Hexrt Club is my thing. Shout out BSC. Shout out Saya 6 times. Know what I'm saying? Shout out Lil Gut.
Let's get it, man.
Lil Gut on the gram. Know what I'm saying? Shout out Larme for driving here. You know what I'm saying?
Taking the time.
Yeah, and just like everyone that I fuck with, like on a serious note, like No Safety, Kid Michi, like it's a lot of people that I fuck with. It's like Trizzy, Kane, like it's a lot of people that I fuck with. And like if I know I miss some people, but like I fuck with y'all. And y'all, you know what I'm saying? If y'all cut like that and y'all hang in there, like anything is possible.
Hell yeah, dude. I can't think of a better way to leave this episode off, man. Let's run that shit, bro. Damn, bro.